Hi, hello, welcome to another episode of Fright Mic podcast. Or if you're new here, welcome. I'm Sam.
I'm Liz.
And we are closing out Cyberpunk month. So sad.
Boo.
So sad. But we are ending it on a high note. We are closing it with, I feel like I don't want to call it magnum opus because it's not, but like it's like a very high note in my opinion.
Very high note.
And we are talking about Alex Garland's directorial debut, Ex Machina from 2014.
So good.
I have a little funny story about this movie. So I wanted to see this when it first came out. But I never got the chance to because I was single at the time and I was talking to somebody and they were like, we should go, like, so it was like a first date. They're like, we should go to the movies. And I said, okay. And he says, is there anything you want to see that's out right now? And I said, yes, Ex Machina. And then we go to the theater and he goes, I got us tickets already. And it was not for Ex Machina. It was for Avengers Age of Ultron.
Oh.
And I said, oh, well, that's not.
That's not what I wanted.
That's not what I wanted to see. And I, in fact, had told him that I hated superhero movies and Marvel movies. Mm-hmm. So the fact that he purchased those tickets, I was like, well, this isn't
so
going
this
well.
Is for you.
Yeah. So we will not be having a second date. And then in the movie, he's like, so if you could be any Avenger, which one would you be? None of them. I hate this. And Age of Ultron, I think it's like known as like the worst one, I think, right?
Yeah, you should have got up to go to the bathroom and then gone into Ex Machina instead.
Ghosted his ass.
Yeah, that was not a good one.
Yeah, it was bad. I did not like it.
The wrong decision was made there.
Yeah.
No, Ex Machina is so good.
I agree.
I feel like Alex Garland has like range, man.
He's incredible.
His range is insane. With
range?
movies.
I
the
know.
Range, man.
Like 28 Days. I mean, he didn't direct it, but like, because he wrote Ex Machina as well, right?
Yeah.
Like 28 Days Later. Men.
Never forget Men.
Jesus Christ.
I don't see how anyone could possibly forget that movie. Holy shit.
I gotta tell you though, I did watch Men quite a bit. I did.
The Birth of Man.
I did.
Over and over again.
I watched, so Men, we saw it. We talked about it. Super weird. And then when it came to streaming, I was like, oh God, I'll never watch that again. And then
you did.
And then I did. I watched it like 3 times.
That movie was so fucking weird.
But you know what I liked about, you know why I kept putting it on? Is because it's such a quiet uncomfortableness.
Yeah.
It's a quiet, somehow it lulled me.
Yeah, especially the beginning. I mean, like the first half of the movie is super quiet.
I think that's why I kept putting it on. Because, I mean, granted, I do fall asleep to like horror movies and stuff. So I was like, oh, this is going to knock me right the fuck out.
Yeah. He does have that way about him. Because this movie is very quiet as well.
Yes, oh my God.
This movie is like ASMR.
Yeah. This was such a quiet chaos. Mm-hmm. And it's like that, like lying uncomfortableness and like the lack of trust and all this, like this, oh my God, this movie was everything I wanted it to be
and more
I fucking knew I'd like this movie. And sitting down to watch it for the first time for this podcast, I'm so excited.
I'm so happy that you got to this is your first reaction ever of seeing, because I've seen this movie before, so this isn't my first rodeo with this one.
Yeah.
He also did Annihilation. He
sure did. And we all know how I feel about Annihilation, I think. If you don't know how I feel about Annihilation,
we haven't covered it, so we don't know.
Oh, I haven't talked about it. I talked about it in a monthly rewind.
I'm sure.
No?
Yeah, I'm sure on a monthly rewind.
But anyway, we're both fans of Annihilation. So fucking good. I can't wait to talk about that.
No, one day.
Yeah.
But this movie is very quiet. There is a lot of like psychological elements in that were like, and trickery.
Yeah. Which is like, it's so fair. Like, it's just funny that the whole thing is, and we'll talk about it. Because I don't want to like get into it without
without getting into it.
Yeah.
Let's start with the scores. We are at a solid 7.7 out of 10 on IMDb.
92% on Rotten Tomatoes, as it should be.
As it was written.
Exactly. Sitting real high up there. This is like... it's like three hot people just being in a house manipulating each other.
Yeah.
And boy, howdy. It was so good.
I know.
It's so fucking great.
Oh, you know what's so crazy? So this movie, like we said, is so like quiet and kind of just almost like understated until like it really ramps up. And the most obnoxious part about this movie is fucking Oscar Isaac, and he's just like so loud and obnoxious because he's like this narcissist.
But I love him.
I know. Oh my god, no.
And
I'm saying like he's such a good actor, and he's
Yes.
so good for this role. Like I just hated him so much. But because this is such a quiet movie, like that juxtaposition of him being like obnoxious as fuck.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I love Oscar Isaac just because I feel like he's another one who has like a pretty good like acting range.
Oh yeah,
as
for
well.
sure.
Like I think the first thing I ever saw him in was Sucker Punch, and he's like that crazy doctor.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't think I saw a movie with him in it again until Drive, and I was like, why does he look so familiar?
Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute. But then he can be like so funny and endearing. I don't know.
And he was in Annihilation. Doesn't he play Natalie Portman's husband?
Yeah, he does.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, he's like, it's like a David Lynch situation.
Yeah.
You get the
They're
actors you love.
buddies.
Yeah. And this movie also stars Domhnall Gleeson, who is, I mean, everybody in this movie is a good actor. I don't want to be like, and he's also a good actor.
Vikander.
Yep.
Love her.
Tomb
She's
Raider.
like so pretty. I could believe that she is like a robot because she's like so perfect looking.
I know, she's beautiful. And she's married to Michael Fassbender, no?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's great.
Love them.
I know.
Great couple.
I love it. Well, and who plays Kyoko? Because I like her as well.
She's in House of the Dragon.
She's also in Crazy Rich Asians.
Also great.
Yes. I love her. She's Araminta in whatever I just said. Crazy Rich Asians? Whatever the fuck I just said. Hold on, I'm gonna look up her name. Oh god. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh god, help me. Jesus.
What's her name in House of the Dragon? Isn't it like Masana or something?
I just know that she's like the worm or something.
She's scheming, man.
She is a Okay, I'm gonna fuck up this name. Sonoya. Sonoya Mizuno.
Sure.
All I know is
I believe you.
I have such a girl crush on her.
Yeah, she's gorgeous.
Oh my god. And then she's fully naked in this movie, and I was like,
whoa,
well,
goddamn.
I have to look away. I'm blushing. Oh my god.
Just hot people doing
hot people doing hot people shit.
Hot people doing hot rich people shit.
Yeah, well, exactly. This house, that what's his face, Oscar Isaac lives in this movie is so like the view is so unreal. It's crazy.
Yeah, it gave me like the same vibes as the house that we discussed in Upgrade. I guess rich people just love living like underground.
But he's got all those windows.
I know, but it's just like, like it's partially underground because, research and all.
Yeah, well, that's true. He's got to protect his
assets.
Yeah. What do they call it? Property, something. Intellectual property?
Yeah.
Right?
Intellectual property and actual property.
Yeah, true. He's got the biggest property ever too, because Domhnall Gleeson plays a guy named Caleb Smith, right? Smith? It's Caleb Smith. And he supposedly wins this contest where he gets flued out, okay? Top 20 winners get flued out to I think it's like his boss, right? Isn't Nathan his boss?
So Caleb, he's a programmer for a company that's basically like a Google.
Yeah, I think it's called Blue Book.
It's Blue. Yeah, they're like the largest search engine company in the world. And Nathan, who's played by Oscar Isaac, is his boss. And so Caleb, working at this company, wins a contest to spend a week with Nathan at his research facility / house.
Yeah, it's a fucking compound, basically, because then they have to go by helicopter.
Yeah, it's very isolated.
Caleb says, "Oh, are we getting close to his property?" And he says, "We've been on his property. We've been flying over his property for 2 hours."
Yeah. He basically owns like an island.
So what does he own, a national park?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Because it's beautiful. It's like mountainous. There's all kinds of beautiful like waterfalls. There's the greenery. Like it's
But again, tech billionaire.
Gorgeous. Yeah, true.
It's giving upgrade.
True. I love their little dynamic. I love their little dynamic too, where he's like, let's not make this weird, right? Like two dudes living in a house together.
Yeah.
It's all chill, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I also love too, when they first meet and Nathan's like, oh yeah, man, because he's hitting like a bag, right? He's like working out. And he's like, oh yeah, like when I party too hard and drink a lot of alcohol the next day, I like punish my body. I push myself like physically and do whatever. And he's like, oh nice, must have been some party. And he's like, party?
That's what he's so awkward and
Party?
like unnerving to be around.
Yes.
Like the most uncomfortable part about this movie is him.
He's just fucking hysterical. Yeah, like, oh, it must have been some party for you to get so drunk. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
This is just Tuesday.
But I guess somebody living in isolation like that is bound to be a little weird.
Yeah, true. I don't know too, because like it's I almost feel like the drinking is like a manipulation as well, because it gets Dom Hall, or what I'm gonna say his name, Caleb. It gets Caleb used to him like drinking and being crazy and whatever. So then he
Oh yeah.
then when he concocts the plan, it's like, oh, I'll just get him drunk.
Once you know the ending of this movie, then you can go back and be like, oh yeah, there was a reason for all of this. And there was always like I don't know, like a scheme behind it.
Yeah, of course. I just have to say too, yeah, so like you had mentioned, Caleb's a programmer, and I like it's like towards the end, he says something, he's like, you picked me because I'm like a great programmer, and he's like, oh
Yeah,
you're a programmer, you're good,
you program things.
yeah, exactly. You're an all right programmer. I was like, oh fuck. That's awesome. You picked me because I'm a great programmer. You're a programmer. Sure. Love that.
Yeah, so he's got this place locked down. We got security cards.
Oh,
with like limited access.
that shit was fucking hilarious. Like, this movie's funny too. Like, just what, like, not to interrupt you, but like talking about the security cards, it was like Shrek arriving in Duloc. You know what I mean? Because he pulls up and he walks up and the house is talking to him, and he's like, come, for security clearance, and it flashes a picture of him and prints it on his ID, and his picture's like,
yeah.
And it just like, it fucking reminded me of Shrek.
It's so true. Not the unexpected camera.
Yes, it's like we weren't even like 10 minutes into the movie and I was laughing.
Oh my god.
So anyway,
yeah. Well, like he busts out the security card with the limited access to certain rooms in the house, and then he makes him sign the NDA right up front.
yeah, he's like, oh, I feel like I should have a lawyer present. He's like, no, it's pretty standard stuff. It doesn't look standard. You're right, it's not standard. But if you don't sign it, well, then I guess so.
We'll call that helicopter right on back.
Yeah, he's like, I guess we'll just hang out and be bros for a week.
Yeah.
And just drink. He's like, nah, fuck that.
And like, what if that was the case? Like, what if he was like, no, I want a lawyer present? Then the whole thing is for nothing.
Yeah, the whole thing is for shit.
Yeah.
But he obviously,
he knows.
Nathan be studying.
He's a master manipulator.
Of course.
He knows. Yeah, he's pretty upfront with his goings on in this place.
Yeah. It's not the going.
It's the coming.
It's the coming. Yeah, he asked him about, I think it's called the Turing test? Turing test?
Yeah.
Turing test?
Turing test, I think.
Yeah, which is, so my little pea brain, from what it can understand, it basically is to test AI on something, or to see if like you can tell that something is like an artificial intelligence or a robot.
And how you behave with it.
Yeah.
Like knowing and not knowing.
Yeah.
That you're talking to an
Yes.
artificial life
Do you know
form.
that you're talking to?
Yeah. And he announces that he built a humanoid robot named Ava with AI.
It's like
which is something they're doing now. They've already done it.
That's why I'm like, it was like, it's so funny because I almost wish I had seen this back in 2014, because now it's like seeing it now, I'm like, okay,
that's it. Yeah, been there, done that.
Yep. Like, I've seen Companion.
They're building AI armies right now at
yes,
this point.
They're making like realistic fuck robots.
Yeah.
Which is also wild too, because at one point during this film, Nathan tells Caleb, oh yeah, no, you can fuck her and she'll feel it.
Because it's
a robot.
He's addressing what everyone's thinking.
Yeah. I just have to say, it's hard. It's
because
hard
he made
to
her
know.
hot.
Well, of course.
Of course you're going to wonder.
It's just hard because I'm not in the position. Like, I'm obviously on the outside looking in, but I just feel like, if we're talking about something like Ex Machina, or like even on the funnier side, Companion, if you're talking about like a realistic looking hot robot, at the end of the day, I know it's a robot. I wouldn't be thinking about fucking it.
Yeah.
But what do I know? Because maybe if it was hot enough, I'd be like, well, I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, but
I just feel like that's not where my train of thought goes.
But I think he knew because of even just the way that Caleb was looking at Ava, even just their first meeting.
Yeah,
like he was like, "Oh yeah, you want to know, bro? You want to know?
I bet you want to know some things about Ava." Yeah. It's like, so their first meeting, I think it's like they have their first conversation, and I just feel like they're like establishing that like Caleb's there to ask her questions, right?
Yeah, he's tasked
and she doesn't ask him questions.
Right. He's tasked with judging if she's capable of like thought or consciousness, and if he can relate to her in any way.
Yeah. So it's like, I feel like this first conversation is like a little unremarkable. Like, it basically just goes to prove that it is like a super highly intelligent AI. And after like their sessions, Eva and Caleb's, Nathan always asks for feedback. And, you know, he's like, oh, you know, she's basically, I think after the first session, he's like, she's like incredible. She's unbelievable. Mm-hmm. You know, like, I mean, I can tell I'm talking to an AI, but you know, it's like unbelievable.
Right.
And so it starts off like innocent enough. Even Nathan seems like fairly normal.
Yeah, fairly normal. He does notice that crack in the glass, like right when he goes in. So something definitely happened at some point. Mm-hmm. But they don't address that yet.
No, they do not. She's got a nice little setup too, Ava the robot.
Yeah, so by the second session, they're already talking about like friendship. Like, she asks him if they can establish some kind of friendship or connection to each other, and that's when they kind of ask each other questions so they can establish like more of a relationship. But then the first power surge happens. Mm-hmm. And Nathan addresses this in being, at some point, like, he says that it keeps happening, but he doesn't know the source yet, but he has backup generators, so it only goes down for a certain amount of time.
Yeah. And
when that first power surge happens, while Caleb and Ava are talking, there's a moment where the camera cuts out during the power surge, so Nathan is seemingly not observing them in this moment, and she kind of turns to Caleb and says that he shouldn't be trusting Nathan because Nathan is not his friend.
Yeah. Very ominous.
Mm-hmm. Ew. And then the power comes right back on, and she's like, back to normal.
Yeah, and she's like, yo, isn't that right?
Yep.
And he's like, okay.
So now he's like, oh, do I believe the robot?
Right. But
he has like an automatic empathy towards her anyway. Because I think he sees that what her surroundings look like. And he asked Nathan about her, like, you know, oh, she's never left that room. Mm-hmm. So it's interesting to see his empathy off the bat.
Yeah. Well, and isn't that when she draws the picture too to show him? And it's like a bunch of nothing. And so he tasks her with drawing something that's her choice.
Yeah.
Which I think is also interesting, because then doesn't she say like, oh, well, if we're going to be friends, then, you know, you have to tell me something about you. And he goes, well, where do I start? And she goes, wherever you think, it's your choice. Yeah. So she's like parroting like his own, like, I feel like, as I was watching this, I almost thought, you know, like, I think artificial intelligence, just going off of like what I know, like the phones, it kind of like adapts to like you, right?
Yeah.
And so I feel like with him asking her the questions, and then she's like kind of parroting it back, like she's also then learning
exactly
him, and she watches his like micro expressions too. Mm-hmm. So throughout the movie, she like notes that too.
Mm-hmm. They learning.
They do. They're learning. And then I think like shortly after this, Nathan, so again, is asking opinions, you know, on Ava, and then this is when he takes Caleb into like this little lab thing, and shows him essentially like what Ava's brain looks like.
Yeah, and basically he explains that the way that he was able to get all of the information to her is that he hacked all of the world's cell phones, and he directed all voice and video data through Blue Book, his company, to then train Ava to recognize facial and voice expressions.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I think her...
That's some sciencey shit.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, because it says, like, her hardware is something. And he's like, and then her software, let me guess, it's Blue Book.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so yeah, he's spying on everyone to make this, like, superhuman robot.
Well, and this is, like, when his, like, real intelligence comes out. Because he says, like, well, the cell phone companies were already doing that with people. But I just took it from them, but they can't, you know, charge me with anything because they were already doing it. So they would be outing themselves.
They'd have to, they'd have to basically incriminate themselves.
Yeah. And she has a jelly brain.
Yeah. It has, like no circuit boards or anything. It's just like a gel.
Mm-hmm.
It's wild. Yeah, it is. It's like a chewy jelly bean.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, then so session 3 is when Ava shows Caleb a specific drawing. And it almost looks like an outside, like, or, you know, a picture of, like, nature.
Like a tree.
Yeah. And he asks if she's ever been outside. And she's like, no, I've never left her room. And he says, well, if you were able to leave your room, where would you go? And she said she would go into the middle of, like, a busy, basically like a traffic crosswalk situation. And he says, huh. That's interesting. I've never heard anyone say that. Why would you do that? And she says, like, there's basically, like, all kinds of walks of life, you know, all different kinds of people and whatever. People, and he's like, oh, so it's people watching, which is interesting.
Mm-hmm. Foreshadowing, I think.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And then she says to give her a minute. She wants to show him something. And she goes and she basically puts on, like, a dress and a wig. Because he says something about, like, oh, like, well, I'll take you there. Look, it'll be a date. And so she wears this dress and wig. And then she's like, oh, I'll wear this on our date.
Right.
And I feel like it's just like I don't know. Because I'm watching it as a movie. So I know at some point there's a tipping point. I'm like, this bitch is manipulating him. Being like, don't I look so pretty? I'll wear this on our date.
Well, yeah. Well, she asked
through you, bitch.
She asked him about the attraction. Like, she's like, oh, are you attracted to me? And that's what, this is when she's, like, really picking up on, like, how uncomfortable he actually is, because she's asking him very, like, personal questions, and he, like, doesn't know how to answer, because obviously it's, like, a yes.
Yeah, well, and then she, like, uses those micro expressions. She's like, oh, I think you do like me, right? Because you're doing X, Y, and Z. Your breathing is becoming like this. You're not making eye contact, or your eye contact is like this. And then she tells him that, you know, she's like, do you ever watch me through the cameras? Because sometimes when I look into the cameras, I like to pretend that you're watching me.
Ooh.
She flirting with him. It's
She
manipulation at its finest.
Love her for
Those
it.
robot-y feminine
Love her
wiles.
for it.
Yes. It's crazy. And then it's shortly after this, when Nathan's like, so, do you want to fuck her? Or,
well,
yeah.
yeah.
You can. You totally can.
He gives him
and she'd
that
feel
option, and then he like, Caleb asks him, like, point blank, like, did you program her to like me?
Yeah.
Because of the way that she's speaking to him. And basically, in short, Nathan says no.
Right.
More manipulation.
It's always fucking manipulation. It's like layers upon layers of manipulation, and it's wild that, like, Caleb is not stupid.
Right.
But it just goes to show how much, like, emotions get involved and everything. And I don't know, it's like during one of their sessions with you know, Caleb's sessions with Ava, this important conversation happens, important in the way that you can see it, like, in the end of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But they have a conversation about this, like, black and white room, right, where there's this person in a room that's all black and white. Everything in the room is black and white. Everything they see is black and white. But they are able to study color. So in theory, they know about the color blue. They know about the color red. They know about whatever. But when they go outside of the room and everything is in color and they experience color for the first time, that's when, like, it becomes real and human, essentially. And I feel like that's it does loop back around.
Another foreshadowing.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and I wonder, like, too, with him asking Nathan about the whole attraction thing, because it's like, the way that Nathan behaves and like throughout this movie, like he starts off being kind of like abrupt with him because he's like wants to get down to like what the reason is. He's showing him what he's been working on. And then like he gradually kind of just gets more and more like narcissistic and unnerving, and he's kind of like a mess because he's getting drunk and whatever. So I feel like Caleb realizes he's just like not a great person, but he can relate more to Ava. So it's interesting to see that dynamic unfold where he's like, I'm going to trust more in her because she's like an innocent party here, where he's like this cruel mastermind behind it.
Of course. And it's like the human emotions getting in the way.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like all, what do they say about humans? It's like the nature and nurture thing where you're almost like certain things you're pre-programmed to know and feel and think, and other things is like a learned behavior.
Yeah.
Which is interesting when you're dealing with an AI.
Mm-hmm.
And they seem to be relatable and empathetic and have these strong feelings towards you.
They're telling you what you want them to, or what you want to hear.
Right.
Because whereas you're dealing with a human like Nathan who has flaws, who will tell you what you don't want to hear.
But then it's like that thing too. Yeah, like with a human, when you know you're speaking to a human, you feel a certain way, but then he's like feeling the same way, even though he knows he's talking to an AI, which like the whole point is that you're here for a week to determine if you can tell if it's an AI, and yet he's being manipulated by the AI because he's feeling for the AI. But you're so smart. Like, shouldn't you be able to, like, discern, like...
Those human emotions that get in the way, man.
Yes, exactly. Like, to really step back and be like, oh, my God, I feel so bad for this human, but it's not a human. And it's a fucking robot.
Well, and it's crazy how, like, he goes... When he initially gets there, he has, like, a lot of respect for this guy. Like, he's excited to go there because this is, like, a once-in-a-lifetime thing for him to actually, like, meet this guy who's, like, a genius. And then it's, like, just even... within his first session with Ava, he's able to see, like, it's like his dynamic with Nathan changes. Like, like, why is she's never been out of that room before? Like, almost like he can see the cruelty, like, right away.
Yeah. And in one of their sessions, he's asking Ava, do you know why you're here? And she says no. And while the power goes out, she reveals that she's the one causing the outages because she knows that the cameras are affected and that he can't see, and she wants to basically see how they both behave when there's not eyes on them, which again is fucking manipulation, implying, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And I guess I don't know a lot about like AI and robots and like all that stuff. But it's like, I feel like in a lot of these movies, there's that argument of like, well, if they seem to be like, if they seem to be like emoting and have feelings and can think for themselves and whatever, then is it really a robot? Like, but it's like everything's programmed.
Right.
So it's like this robot, this Ava, seems so real and so genuine. But at the end of the day, literally at the end of the fucking day, it's all to serve what? To do, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, also it's learned behavior and learned emotion,
right?
Through this like feed that Nathan has her on through like this entire like software of Blue Book. So everything she's learning is through what other people are experiencing. Is that not human nature?
I know, it's like so fucked because I'm like, yeah, it's a fucking robot, but then it's like at the end too, it's like it's the whole black and white versus like basically knowing what color is versus experiencing color.
Yeah,
it's that whole argument.
It's the knowing versus the
experience. Oh, I don't know, man.
When she says
I sound
that
so
too.
stupid trying to explain it, but it's like
no, it's I get it because she even says in the beginning like I have always known how to speak because he talks about like language and speaking, and she's like I've just always known how to speak. It was never something that's learned for me. Like, I just knew.
Yeah.
So she didn't have that experience of learning.
Right.
Which separates us from the humans and the machines.
Yes, exactly. enjoy the podcast, like what you hear, and you want to hear more, well, you're in luck. We have a Patreon. That's right. If you don't know, we talk about new movies on our Patreon. We do monthly rewinds so that way you can find out what we are watching between our main episodes. Sometimes we craft spooky cocktails to match our theme of the month, and watch parties galore. So much fun over there. Head over to patreon.com/Fright Mic podcast to check that out. Again, if you want to hang out with us a little bit more, then support us over on patreon.com/Fright Mic podcast. And we'll love you forever. Okay, bye. Meanwhile, there is this other woman skulking around the house, Kyoko.
Poor Kyoko.
Who doesn't speak. And Nathan tells Caleb that she doesn't understand English, and that is on purpose because that way he can openly talk about his projects without worrying about like trade secrets being leaked. And I feel like she don't say anything, but she be knowing.
She definitely knows.
She do be knowing.
He treats her like garbage.
Yes. However, they do have a little dance session.
I know, I love the little dance.
I love that dance routine so
I
much
know.
when he's like, are we fucking dancing or what? Like, I don't know what you're doing, but I'm over here dancing. And him and Kyoko do this like almost like choreographed dance.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I was living for this dance so much. And it reminded me of Sam Rockwell and Charlie's Angels.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh my god, one of the best scenes in the movie.
Yes.
Well, yeah, because you wonder, like, okay, like, how long did they figure this out? Did they get this down?
Exactly.
It's so random, but I loved it because it's such a, like, lighthearted moment.
Yeah.
In an otherwise questionably, like, I don't know, like, heavy movie in a way.
But I think it, too, like, lends to the confusing
Yeah.
aspects of, like, what Caleb is feeling and all that, and how Nathan is acting, and he's, like, super sketchy now, when he's like, hey, I don't know why you're being so weird, because I'm literally over here just trying to get my fucking boogie on.
Exactly.
I'm just cutting up a little rug over here. So in session, yes, wait. So then it's like right around this time too, that Caleb sees like a video via like the feed or whatever of Nathan going into Ava's room, sitting by her desk because she's been drawing, right? And he tears up a drawing because I think this is like right after Ava shows Caleb that she drew a picture of him.
Yep.
Right? Mm-hmm. And so Caleb is seeing him almost like treat Ava poorly by tearing up a drawing that he thinks that she's proud of. And so in their next session together, they're playing like this like truth or lie game where he's telling her something and she's like, she asks him a question, he answers, and she is like, oh, you're lying. Your micro expressions, like you're doing this, or your nostrils flare or whatever. And so when he passes the question, they move on to the next one. And she basically is like, oh, what will happen to me if I don't pass your test? Because you're here to test me, right? And what will happen to me if I don't? Will he dismantle me? Will I cease to be because I don't pass your test? Because you're not passing my tests and nothing is happening to you.
I feel like at that moment, I would have been like, Nathan. Yeah, because she's asking him like basically what's gonna happen, like she's gonna be switched off, and she questions Nathan's control over her, and she says like, I want to be with you, you know.
Yeah. Do you want to be with me? Because I think I want to be with you. So calm.
Pulling on those heartstrings.
Yes.
A little bit.
Of course, the manipulation.
And right after this is when Nathan confesses that we're already working on new models of like an Ava prototype. Well, Ava was the prototype.
Now he's working on Megan.
Now he's working on Megan 2.0. Ava 2.0. And that all of her memories are going to be scrubbed.
Yeah.
Because science.
Hot diggity damn.
But I love this line that he says. Like so much. He says, one day AI will look at us like we look at fossils, living among dust and dirt, set for extinction.
Yep.
Oh,
Yup. I mean, truly though, Truly. I had watched something where they were talking about like the evolution of robots and AI and things like that, and they were saying essentially they predict that one day humans will seek out robot companions over regular human companions because the robot will just be what they want them to be, and people will never be lonely and worry about finding other people because they just have these robots that are always perfect and always will do the things for them. And so they like that's how they think like the population will go extinct, because then no one's having babies with robots.
Right.
Obviously. And then you lose human connection.
Exactly.
Wild.
Scary. And if that isn't the goddamn theme of this month.
Yes.
I swear.
It's so true. Well, and then so basically at this point in the movie, Nathan is like blackout drunk.
Pissed drunk.
And Caleb's like, man, I think I've had just about a fuck enough of this secrecy. And so he steals Nathan's access badge and goes, and he is uncovering some things, let me just say.
Yeah, he's a coder after all.
So true.
He goes and alters a bunch of code in his computer, and he finds footage of Nathan basically interacting with other androids. So Ava isn't the first prototype. There are others that came before her.
She's far from the first.
Yeah.
And he also he finds like the closet with the
parts.
Yeah, they're like robot parts. He also figured that's when he walks in and sees Kyoko like naked.
Yeah. And she reveals that she's a robot as well.
And this really lends to Caleb's paranoia, because now he's like, well, fuck, like, am I a robot? Which is so crazy as a human
that I got
being.
This far.
Yes.
In
like,
less than a week.
In less than a week. It's crazy. Like, you can be so heavily manipulated and gaslighted that you somehow start to feel that maybe your memories aren't your memories and your experiences aren't your experiences, and you aren't even human.
But that was the point of him choosing Caleb.
Right. Well, exactly.
Which he admits to. He says, like, it wasn't a random contest. Like, I sought you out because I knew that you could be easily manipulated.
Yeah.
In this circumstance.
Well, Caleb even says to Nathan, like, did you look through my, like, basically, like, my porn history to see my preferences for women? Because Ava looks like how my ideal woman would look. That's essentially what he's saying.
And that's how far he took it.
Yeah. That's fucking insane.
And he's basically like, not no.
Yeah.
Like,
I do love too, though, because he, like, Nathan wakes up and is like, where's my access key? And fucking Caleb, when he, like, busts out of there, and he's like, oh, silly goose, you dropped it. What the hell? What the helly? You silly little boy.
What the helly?
Yeah, so then it's after this, right? Like, shit's getting real weird. Shit's getting real for Ava and Caleb. And it's during session 6 that he tells Ava that they are fucking getting out of here, because she's absolutely correct in her assumption that he is going to essentially like dismantle her and get rid of her. And he needs her tonight at 10 p.m. to trigger a power failure, because they are fucking leaving. And his plan to do so is to override the security measures, and he's going to do that by getting Nathan completely fucking wasted. And so he goes, it's their last day together. Nathan is up, not only up, but he's cooking, and he seems to be doing well, right?
He's thriving.
He's living his best, and he's like, oh man, can't believe the week is over. You know, the helicopter will be here tomorrow morning, and I guess you're just, you're out. And he's like, yeah, you know what? I think we should celebrate. And, I'll pour us some drinks. And he grabs, it looks like a bottle of vodka.
It's just straight vodka.
Straight vodka. And Nathan's like, oh, no thanks, man. I don't drink. Not anymore. I'm on a cleanse. Shit's been getting real bad if you hadn't noticed.
Got my green juice.
Yeah. For me, spring water and chicken and rice, baby.
Exactly.
And you would literally see Caleb like,
fuck.
Are we, today of all days? Are we full serious? It's insane.
And he messes with him so bad. Like, this is when he admits to, like, the manipulation. But he knows that, like, I think he knows that he's breaking Caleb, and he's basically like, do you think that she actually likes you, or is she pretending to like you to use you as a means of escape?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I also, so this is when he's showing him, right? Like the clip, because he's like, yeah, honestly, like you were super easy to manipulate. Like this whole thing has basically been like a manipulation. Because at one point in the movie, Caleb accuses Nathan of basically being like a magician, right? Like using like a distraction, like look over here while I pull the strings over here. And he's like, you were right. You know,
Exactly
you're
what I
absolutely
did.
right. And he's like, I'll show you. Let me show you a video. And it's the video that Caleb saw before of him going into the room, Nathan going into the room and ripping up the photo. But you now have it accompanied with the audio. And Nathan's like, yep, nope, this, do you think he's watching the cameras? And she goes, well, the cameras are on. So yeah, like I assume he's watching. And he's like, okay, perfect. He's like, well, he can't hear anything. So all he sees is two people having a conversation. He rips up the paper. And then it's somewhere in this scene where I'm only pointing out this quote because those that know me know that I'm a huge fan of Bad Omens. And their song, Violence Against Nature, Poppy says in the very beginning, isn't it strange to create something that hates you? Which is what Ava says.
Yep.
In this, and I sat up erect in my seat and I said, oh, God damn it. That's what this is. The whole time I had no idea. It's amazing when you find that
So
shit
good.
out. Yes.
Well, so on the camera feed, it shows, so he was so honed in on Ava's reaction to the paper getting ripped up that he didn't notice that Nathan was going around the other side of the room to plant a battery powered camera. So he was able to record all of their conversations when they thought that the power was out and down and they weren't being recorded.
Yeah, so the conversation where he's like, I'm going to get Nathan pissed drunk. You're going to trigger a power outage and we're going to get the hell out of here. Yeah, he knows about that. And he's like, yeah, so how are you going to do that exactly? Like, walk me through what you were going to do. And he was like, Caleb says, well, I was going to take your shit and I was going to change the security measures to, instead of locking to unlock or, whatever it was. And he's like, honestly, it's a pretty good idea. It's a shame it didn't, like, it's not going to work out. And then the tables turn for the first time, or I guess the second time. The tables be turning again, and Caleb says, well, actually,
I did it last night
when you were pissed drunk. And you can see the look on Nathan's face change for the first time in the movie. He realizes he doesn't have the upper hand because Ava is on the loose.
Well, Caleb knew that he was being watched, so he messed with it already. So
Yes.
everything he was going to do has already been done, and he releases her.
Release the hounds.
And Nathan is like, oh, fuck this, and knocks Caleb out immediately.
Immediately punched to the face.
And he goes after Ava and Kyoko at this point.
Yeah. But that's okay because the tables,
They turn again.
it's a DJ booth at this point.
It's just flipping.
Those turntables.
Barrel rolls.
Yes.
baby.
Because Nathan essentially is like, Ava, go back to your room. Go back to your room, Ava. Ava, go back to your room. And she's like, perhaps not. And for the lady, perhaps a salad?
Perhaps not.
Perhaps not. Yeah, 'cause she's like, so if I go back into that room, you're going to let me out again? He says, probably not. If I'm being honest.
At least he was honest.
Gun to my head? Probably not.
Knife to my gut.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 'cause so Kyoko, the sleeper cell, she gets him in the back.
Yeah, and
when he's arguing with Ava.
It's so smooth.
It's like fucking hot knife through butter.
Literally.
Like I
The cleanest stab I've ever seen.
it took my breath away. And then we get it twice because
Twice.
he gets stabbed in the front. This was like the Mummy in the beginning when Anaxinamun
the Mummy?
the beginning of the Mummy with the Mummy when fucking Anaxinamun stabs him
yeah.
and then Emotep comes and stabs him. I said, "Oh, I think I've seen this film before."
Yup.
And I didn't like the ending. No, I did like the ending. But
Oh no, it is like smooth.
yes.
And he is like still trying to go. He knocks out Kyoko,
He punches her jaw off.
punches it clean off.
Knocked the highlights out of her
He
hair.
knocks the highlights out of her hair. And he tries to like scramble to get out of there. And
He's losing
down,
quite a
man.
bit of blood.
Yeah, he's not. It's not good. It's not good looking good for Nathan. He's
Not at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, he essentially bleeds to death.
Yeah.
I am.
Bleeds to death. And so Caleb comes to, and this is essentially a session 7 for them.
Sure.
He watches Ava kind of like put herself together because she discovers the closet full of body parts.
Yeah, the body wardrobe.
And she's able to put like skin on anything that it wasn't covered already. She gets a little wig. She gets clothes. So she's putting herself together.
Yeah.
And he's watching the entire time. And so he's about to follow her out because she's piecing out of there.
Mm-hmm.
But
But she even tells him before she goes, "I'll be right back. Mm-hmm. I'll come back for you."
Exactly.
Lying ass bitch.
But before he can follow her out the final front door, she locks it.
And it's a soundproof room in a fucking essentially like
A lockdown.
yeah, a fucking lockdown compound in the middle of nowhere. I can't even confidently say USA.
No.
Like in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
He is so fucked.
Yup.
Oh my god. And she can't even spare him a goodbye glance, really.
Nope. Just
Walks
a
right out.
fuck you.
Yes, walks right out to the helicopter.
It gets on it, and no one says anything.
Not at all. And
I feel like the helicopter pilot would be like, "Ah, yeah, you weren't supposed to, you know."
so the last time I saw you were a man.
You were a man. That's a man, baby.
Yeah.
Like it's no worries to him. I guess he's
Yeah.
like, "Oh yeah, cool."
He says, "Who am I to question? I'm just the pilot."
Unless she killed the pilot off screen and took the helicopter. Who knows?
Couldn't be.
Maybe.
Well, maybe. Yeah. Well, you know what? Probably.
It's the only way, man. It's the only way that
It's the
makes
only
sense that she'd be able to get out of there.
Yeah. Well, and then we see the last shot of the movie is her at a crosswalk at a
Yep.
very busy intersection.
Learning the ways of the people and blending in with everybody.
Uh-huh. And there's like that really cool shot too of like all the shadows with the people. I don't know why that felt very like David Lynch, like Mulholland Drive-ish to me, like in the beginning with the
It just goes to show
dancers.
you don't know what's amongst you.
Exactly.
Or who or what is amongst you.
What is you and what is simply a reflection of people. Well, and again, like looping it back around to the black and white experiment versus like the color is she leaves the room, which she had never left before, as an AI person, right? So as an AI robot, she leaves the room, and once she is out in the real world, she is experiencing all the things that she just only knows about. So now does that make her a human?
I mean, what is it to be human?
Exactly. And that is the question.
That's the question, and I don't have an answer.
I loved this movie.
I know. I didn't know if you would love it, but I'm so happy that you did.
Yes. I was so confident that I would like it that I bought it before I even
Yay.
watched it.
Love a blind buy.
Yes.
I do it all the time.
Yeah.
Does it always work out for me? No, but most of the time it does.
I do think it's funny that Domhnall Gleeson played a guy speaking to a robot when he played a robot in one of the saddest episodes of Black Mirror I have ever seen in my life.
You know what's so funny too? Like I've seen that episode, but like in the beginning of this movie when he's sitting in front of the computer, it looks like a Black Mirror episode.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Like I'm like, oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just kept giggling during this movie too because I know that my sister is so hot for Domhnall Gleeson, and the whole time I just was like, I don't know why that like made me
Down
laugh.
bad.
Yes, I just was like, this fucking guy.
All right. So this being your first time rating.
Yeah.
Or rating. Your first time watching. What are you thinking rating wise?
I really, in my gut, like, I mean, I really, really like this movie, and I'm too stupid to know if there are any actual faults in it. So 5 stars is a feeling, and I had a 5-star feeling, so I'm going 5 stars.
More than a feeling.
Exactly. How about you? What are you going to rate Ex Machina?
I don't find any fault with this movie. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm with you on that. Like, that I if it's incorrect, then it's incorrect, and I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's honestly like kind of scary to think about that this is actually all happening already.
Yeah.
And like the way that AI is integrated into our lives as it is, and how scary it's getting. But without a doubt, yeah, 5 out of 5 for me as well. I think this movie is such a, well, obviously it's beautiful.
It is absolutely stunning.
Gorgeous. It's a gorgeous piece of sci-fi.
And it's that quiet, like I said, it's like a quiet chaos, because this movie, I don't think at any point ever gets loud. Like truly, like, you know, like action-packed loud.
Even the stabs are silent.
That smooth as butter.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, you're so correct. Like, it's just so quiet, like almost like eerily, unnaturally quiet.
I think there's like a whole, like, because there's, you know, sci-fi movies that have a lot of action and it's loud and it's whatever, but there are like those quiet psychological sci-fi movies like this that I'm like, I don't know, sometimes they have more of an effect, I guess.
I agree.
I don't know what it is about it. It's like kind of unnerving in a way.
It is. I think it's unnatural.
Yeah.
Like, you know, in movies you're expected to rely on like musical
or cues to
cues, thank you.
like to tell a story.
Yeah.
But when there's nothing, it's just like, it's like a cold atmosphere, and it really lends to like, I guess the theme.
Yeah, because I think when you are looking at something, so I think music, and that's the reason when you're making a movie, why I think editing is so fascinating, because it's all about how you put together a series of events that makes the story, right? Because there are parts of Ex Machina where, depending on what music you'd put over it, it can be lighthearted.
Yeah.
It could be eerie. So the fact that there is there's no like loud sounds, I feel like everything is kind of like very quiet. It's like, it's almost up to you. Like, does this feel weird, or is this not weird? And yeah, they like, the music does, like, there is like tense moments and stuff. I'm not saying there isn't, but yeah, it's, the more quiet something is, the more it lends to like, well, how do you feel? What does this scene mean to you?
Yeah.
You know, do you believe Nathan?
It's like,
or
we're all
don't
being
you?
manipulated.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's true. And I think like even the sounds that you do hear, I think are so cool. Like, especially when we're with Ava and you can hear her moving around, like that sound that her body makes.
Yeah.
Like that. It's like very subtle and quiet,
That's
but
cool.
it's so cool.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm too dumb to get it, but it's like watching something like this, and like Inception, even, you know, like Interstellar. It's above my pay grade. I'm just here and I'm enjoying what I'm seeing. So this was really cool. Do you have anything else to say before we
Nope.
wrap up?
I'm all out.
Hell yeah. Well, then we are out of here. Thank you so much for joining us for Cyberpunk month. Hopefully you
so
liked
much
it.
fun.
Yeah, it's like kind of a little different for us, more on the sci-fi side. Let us know what you guys think of Ex Machina. Hopefully you've seen it. Chat with us over on our Discord. We can talk all about this film and much more. As we so often do.
I'm bringing out more. I got so many.
As we so often do. And if you guys have a quiet moment, if you feel so inclined, anywhere that you can rate and review our show, we would greatly appreciate it. It just pushes us out to more Fright fans like yourself. And until next time, I'm Sam.
I'm Liz.
Rest in peace.